Good morning, Noir Boutique family. Come on in, grab yourself a cup of tea, pull up a chair, make yourselves nice and cozy because it is Show and Tell Saturday. Really excited today. We have an awesome company that's going to be with us in just a moment. We have Brittani Mitchell of My-Musicalitea, and when I tell you all that I absolutely adore this company, love everything that they're about. I love just the idea behind their teas. I'm super excited. So come on in, family. Good morning. Like I said, if you want to join me, you can grab yourself a cup of tea and cozy on up and just relax. I hope you are having a wonderful, blessed week. Before we go ahead and get started, let me just remind you all of who we are. We are Noir Boutique, and we curate gift collaborations featuring 100% Black-owned products and everything from self-care items, so deodorants to body scrubs and body butters, lip glosses. We curate just tons of different items, all the way to children's gifts, right? So crayons and coloring books, yes, from Black-owned companies, even dolls. So really excited today, though, that we get to present to you all, introduce you all to Brittani Mitchell of My-Musicalitea. She was one of the first people I reached out to say, hey, I love your products. They are absolutely dope. Make sure, how can we get in touch and how can we make sure that we are having your products in our gift baskets. Hey, My-Musicalitea. So I am going to ask her to go ahead and request, hey, Mama Jan, hey, everyone, to all of our other Black-owned business owners who are in the live with us, go ahead and drop your links below. I see DCB Couture. We actually feature a lip gloss from them in one of our self-care gifts. Go ahead and drop your link for Kelly Vision Production. So we don't feature an item for them in the gift basket. However, what we do is they actually do all of our videos. So if you look online to our brand partner videos, they are the bomb company behind those. So go ahead and drop your link as well. For those who are in the Baltimore area, if you need a videographer, a photographer, this is the way to go. Tyran Kelly is the way to go. So let me go ahead and just add Miss Brittani. Let's see. She's joining in just a second. Hey, Dawn. Thanks for dropping the link. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
I'm well. How are you doing?
Good. I'm a little tired today. I don't know what my energy is a little off ever since time change, and I'm a little tired this morning, but doing good otherwise.
Don't look tired, girl. You look fresh. And hey, if I can make a recommendation, which one of the teas would you go grab if you want to get some quick energy?
For me, quick, I would do just regular Hello Black tea. To me, that seems to affect me the most caffeine wise.
Okay.
But yeah, that would be the one that I would grab. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, I am sipping on the Earl Grey cream tea, and between this one and the pina colada, like life is beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. I love your tea. So let me, before I start talking about what I'm drinking and getting into that, let me just introduce you and actually have you introduce yourself to everyone. We've been working together for a few months to make sure that My-Musicalitea teas are featured in Noir Boutique gift baskets. But why don't you just maybe tell everybody who you are, where you're based, and how long you've been in business?
Okay, well, I'm Brittani. My other half, my partner, isn't here. He's actually on his way home from work. Mm-hmm. But we're Musicalitea. We are a veteran-owned business. Me and my husband Jarvis, we work together, and basically we just wanted to be a local tea vendor for people who don't really know about tea. Mm-hmm. And we just wanted to, be able to incorporate that into more people's lives, because we have so many other unhealthy options for drinking, and this, people don't really know about tea, and
Mm-hmm.
we just wanted to be able to give a healthier option for people to drink, other than juice and soda and, things like that.
So how long have you been in business?
We actually launched in April of this year.
April of this year. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but talk to me about the journey from, because I know you didn't decide in like April to do it, but like talk to us about the journey to get from idea, seeing a need, and then launching in April.
So basically, I always knew that I wanted to be an entrepreneur, and I always was trying to figure out what lane I wanted to go in, because I have a lot of different passions, but I wanted to do something that was different than, what you see the norm. And so basically, I had to sit down with my husband and just figure out, where do I see myself or see us
Yeah.
fitting into. And really, there was a store that I used to frequent all the time called Tivana,
Okay. Yeah.
and they went out of business. And so I was just like, well, that opened up a lane for me, to provide a need for those customers who, no longer had that avenue to buy tea anymore. And so all of the groundwork, like the legwork to getting, LLC, and building up the following and all of that, that has been, to me, the most tedious journey of it all,
Mm-hmm.
more so than actually launching the business.
Right.
But I will say that, I've learned a lot, and it's been a great experience so far.
That is awesome. You said a couple of things I need to go back to. So the first thing is, you talked about working with your husband and saying, this isn't just my vision, this is our vision. Talk to me about, or talk to us about, like, did that take some convincing at all? Or how was that, like, initially getting him on board to say, yeah, babe, we're launching a tea company?
Well, he wasn't a tea drinker initially.
Okay.
And honestly, I've noticed with him, there are a lot of things that when we got together, I could say that I exposed him to.
Mm-hmm.
And so, now he drinks tea more than me. And so, he just kind of was just like, all right, well, he just was very supportive, and just kind of like, I'm if this is what you feel like is going to work, we'll try it out, and see how it goes. And then, from there, he's really stepped up and
Mm-hmm.
joined the vision. But originally it was all me. I just had to show him, because in the beginning, he didn't really know, he didn't really have a business background or anything like that. So it just kind of took me showing him for him to get on board.
Yeah. I love the fact, though, that you said there are things that you've exposed him to, and I'm sure it's on the opposite side as well. If I can say anything that's been a blessing, is having those partnerships. And I'm not married, but having friendships and partnerships, people you can kind of bounce ideas off of. And especially if they're not necessarily exposed to what you're trying to do, then it's a fresh audience, right? So if you can
Mm-hmm.
convince someone like that, who is not a tea drinker, to cross over and drink tea, that says a lot about your company and your influence. Speaking of which, talk to us a little bit about the journey of building up the clientele and building up your followers, to say, hey, there are teas out there, but this product is unique, our company is unique, and we're going to talk about a little bit of that in a moment. But talk to us about how you went about maybe just generating that presence.
So, initially, well, I was trying to find, and I'm still trying to find, other avenues to promote the page.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd say a really big one for us was We Buy Black.
Okay.
And, basically, I just contacted them and said, like, I contacted them right after we launched. And I said, I just launched my business and I'm trying to put it out there. And so basically, I had to come up with all the content that I wanted them to use to promote. And, they would post us, like once a month,
Mm-hmm.
for like a few months straight.
Got
And so we have been able to, I think we've over 4,000 followers now. and I'm still looking for other places to promote the page, but that one was the biggest one that we had that, really helped us to gain our following. And then also through Instagram, there's the thing where you can use to promote your own content.
Mm-hmm.
And I use that as well. Like if I make a post, I'll just say promote, and then it'll put it out there on its own.
Mm-hmm. I think it's awesome you talked about We Buy Black, because there are so many avenues for us to support each other, and there's a lane, there's an opportunity for everyone. There's some space. So what I would say for those who are watching who maybe have an idea or trying to figure out where to go with it is, try to reach out and create partnerships, which is really what Noir Boutique is about. So we don't make a product. We don't make teas. We don't make butters. What we do is we look at all of the landscape of Black-owned products that are out there, which are products that we use every day that we need. And we say, how can we bring them together to collaborate and provide this to our customers, but also give the customers a way to reach back out and say, you know what? I bought a gift basket from Noir Boutique that I love, but the tea in there was dope. How do I get in touch with this company? And so that's what we're about. And I love the fact that you said you reached out to We Buy Black and you're building those connections. So let's switch a little bit. You've got another relationship that's kind of working in your business, and it's a 3-year-old little one. So talk to me about how it is juggling being a wife, a mother, entrepreneur, and having someone. I see you smiling. I'm gonna be quiet. Tell us about that.
Oh Lord. Okay. So my son, he keeps us busy. And so really we're packing orders after he goes to bed. Because actually, so I'm actually pregnant now.
Woohoo! Congratulations.
Yes.
Bless
you. And so we have another boy coming in February.
Ooh,
and so I know. And so right now I am very sensitive to smell. So I can't even take the smell of tea or anything right now. So Jarvis is actually doing all the packing of the orders. But with Avery, if he's up when we're packing or doing, things like that, he kind of he loves to grab things off the printer. So if we're printing labels or packing slips or something like that, I'll be like, take this to Dad, and I'll let him do that part. But basically he's in the living room watching Peppa Pig eating his breakfast, and I'm in another room. Yeah, like he keeps us busy. Otherwise it'll be tea all over the house.
So. I can imagine. Well, if you need a break, girl, just pack them up, ship them up here to me in Baltimore. I love kids. We'll babysit. So how important, or was it important for you when you said, hey, we're looking to establish this business, you wanted to be an entrepreneur, but also just thinking about the future? Like, do you already have a vision of how you'll transfer or leverage the business with your boys as they grow up?
Well, originally, if that's something that they have a passion for, sure. I would definitely find a way to have them involved. But originally, the whole reason why I launched this business is because my husband has a dream of doing home renovations.
Okay.
And so to basically catapult us to get ready for that, this was a way to provide income to save up for what he wants to do.
Yes.
But basically, if it grows to where he don't have to do that or anything like that, I would definitely try to find a way, or if my sons want to be involved, to make sure that they would be able to, or me pass it along to them, and I'm just like, I'm done with this, y'all take the reins, but yeah, only if that's something that they want to do. I would never force that on them.
Yeah. So I just first of all, I love that. It's like vision upon dream. Like this dream funds the next dream, funds the next vision, and then allowing yourself to pivot. And you're like, hey, if this comes to pass and grows beyond measure, then maybe we'll pivot. I love that. speaking of the pivot, this year has been like, I don't even know how to describe it. If it's upside down, if it's weird, like, I don't know. But in the midst of it, I feel like there's been so many blessings, so many surprising blessings that have come out of this pandemic and this election year and everything. Talk to us a little bit about maybe some of the surprising blessings or benefits that have impacted my musicality tea this year.
So we actually launched in the midst of the pandemic, and I will say it was a blessing in disguise for me because I I created like a task list for Jarvis and I to get things done of before we launched of what we needed to have done. And the biggest one was doing the website. And I've never done a website before. And he has a background in graphic communications. And so I was kind of like leaning towards him, like, come on, I need you to help me with this website. But um, eventually, when the pandemic started and then I got furloughed from work, I just sat down and figured it out. And it allowed me to actually sit down and focus and get everything that I really needed hammered out, done, for us to be able to launch. And then we didn't originally have a launch date, but then we just kind of was like, you know what, let's just do it. We were like, it's never going to be a perfect time because I know that, people are losing their jobs and this kind of thing. But, the success so far has been, I'm happy with, us being able to launch during the pandemic. The only thing that hasn't happened yet that we were planning for was to be able to like go vend at different events because all those things have been shut down, so we had to figure out another way to be able to market and push the brand. But that's the only thing that has been have to cause us to come up with another plan. But other than that, the pandemic has been a blessing for us because we were able to sit down and focus and get it done.
Absolutely. So, I think you said a lot there. It's not to take away from those families, even my family, who've been impacted through to illness or losing jobs or, businesses closing. But I think it's good at sometimes to just take a step back and reflect, like, what's been the blessing? Where's the silver lining? Because I think that's so important for us to stay motivated as business owners, to stay motivated and excited and still engage with the customer base. So really, I'm glad you launched in the pandemic. And it's interesting, when I first saw my musicality, because I launched during the pandemic, which was crazy too, but it looked like it had been established for a while. Like, your website was dope. Your customer service is super on point. Like, you're super responsive. The packaging is great. So, sometimes behind the scenes, we're just like freaking out because we're like, I got this new business. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm launching in the middle of a pandemic. But to me, the consumer, and to our customers who had this, they're like, no, this is established. Like, this is great. This is an awesome product. So kudos to you for just.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So speaking of the teas, I've got to show these to our customers. And one, again, I said earlier, my favorite two is the pina colada and the Earl Grey cream tea. That's what I'm drinking right here. I do want to show everyone, and I believe these are still available on your website. They sent me an awesome gift along with my dope t-shirt that I'm rocking. But this is a tea infuser. Talk to us a little bit about this and why I guess it's important when you're steeping tea to use something like this.
So when I was working, I'm not a how can I say, a person that wakes up early to prepare myself. So for me, I needed something that I could just, let me pour this water in here real quick and go. And so I know that there are other people like that are rushing out in the morning, and people like to take their thermos and their coffee with them to go drink while they're driving or to enjoy while they're at work. And so it was important for me to be able to have something like that for people to be able to take on the go. We are actually getting ready to restock on those soon. So, because some of the colors that we had we're sold out of, but we're getting ready to restock on those soon. But yeah, that was the whole mind frame behind that, because I know that people like to take it on the go, their tea.
and you can infuse it. The flavors are awesome. Okay, so let me turn my camera around for a second because I want folks to see. And all right, is it gonna let me? There we go. All right, so we have a couple of different collaborations at Noir Boutique. We've got a chef at home gift, a chicken and waffles, and a mini chef at home. But I wanted to just show some of the bags. So these are the mini chef, the bags that are featured in the mini chef at home. And look at some of these titles, y'all. So restroom occupied. That's a chamomile peppermint tea. They've got happy feelings. Let's see, which one is this one? Square Biz, Tina Marie, Stirred Up Ginger Peach. This one is amazing as well. And then these are the larger packages as well. And so the cool thing is it comes with the QR code on the back, so you can scan it and go right to their website. We also feature that in Noir Boutique. But they have simple instructions for how you can infuse your tea, you know, steep it and make sure it is perfect. So I did want to just show a few of the collaborations as well. So again, collaborations, you've got My Musicality featured with Truth Honey, this dope mug from Mean Mugs, and a candle. So if you have a gift you want to give to someone who's, you know, maybe after pregnancy, or just an encouragement gift, or you want to get something for yourself, this is a super dope collaboration that you can purchase on the website. We also have Black and Bold Coffee, and we have Dope Coffee. We also feature their coffee as well. And then here's the larger package of the My Musicality Tea and Truth. So this is just showing you some of the packaging, some of the different options for how you can customize your gift. This again is a gift that someone has already said, when you stop showing it, I'm buying that one, for AKAs with the bracelet and the candle. So many different options. Again, the chef at home gift collaboration. And this one would be, or that's the chicken and waffles brunch basket with the foul language, sweet potato pancake mix, and then some of the other items. And then again, the mini chef at home. So lots of items that you can purchase if you want to do a greeting card, Black-owned greeting cards from Posterity Paper, Paper Rehab, Addie Rar. It's just a really cool way, let me turn back around, to support our products, support Black-owned businesses, and to have it in the collaboration, right? Because if you're drinking tea, a lot of times you're going to use some honey, right? But I wanted to go back to one thing with the teas that I showed. So you have, it's called My Musicality for a reason. And each of the teas has the name of a song that's kind of speaking to the tea, as well as speaking to, you know, just to invoke those feelings. Talk to us a little bit about that idea.
So when we were trying to figure out the name for the business, I was trying to decide how, well, one, I wanted to do something different. Like, I looked at a bunch of different tea companies, and I was just like, how do I set myself apart? Because, and make it memorable. Mm-hmm. And so basically, I'm very into music, different genres and everything like that. And my husband actually was the one that named all the teas. He sat at work and he just kind of sent me like a list, and I was like, okay, because like we tried to do it together, but we couldn't seem to agree. But when he sent me his, I was like, okay, this is pretty dope. So we just tried to do something different to make the product memorable. And really, it just seems that everyone loves the theme behind it, and it's just something that, you know, we want to continue to do. Right now, with the fall collection that we have, we didn't name them after songs because they're not going to stay around very long. But and I didn't want to confuse people, because I was like, how do I name a song after pumpkin spice cheesecake? So we didn't bother with the fall collection, but that's really what the inspiration was behind. We just wanted to be memorable and set ourselves apart.
It's definitely memorable. So every time I go to package a gift for a customer and Happy Feelings is the one, I immediately start singing it in my head. I'm immediately kind of go there. Or Square Biz, you know. So it's memorable. It creates that connection. So maybe the next time you hear Happy Feelings, you're gonna think of the tea. So I love the idea. I thought it was creative. The logo is super dope. It's the tea mug with the headphones around it. So just overall, really impressive. It's been such a blessing working with you. Before we jump off, just any last suggestions or last thoughts that you want to give to our audience, or about anyone who's thinking of being an entrepreneur. So just any last thoughts you want.
I'd say we're going to be a perfect.
Go ahead.
There's never going to be a perfect time. There's never going to be you can't just sit and wait until everything falls together where you think it's going to be 100%, because it's not. You just going to have to take that leap and just do it. I have friends and family members who are thinking about going into being an entrepreneur, and it's just like the hardest part to me is figuring out what you're going to do. Mm-hmm. And once you make a decision and decide it, just do it. Like, just
do it.
Jump in and just do it. And if you fall and it doesn't work out, you can at least say that you tried and you don't have any regrets, rather than just, you didn't try anything and then you're like, well, I always wanted to do so-and-so. And then you let all this time pass by and you didn't do anything with it. So mm-hmm. I'd say if you have ambition to go into business, pray about it and do it.
Mm-hmm. Yes, love that. Pray about it, just do it. That I couldn't have said it better myself. So again, for those of you who are business owners in the comments, go ahead and drop your links. Brittani mentioned that her husband is interested in home renovations. If you have connections or you have ideas or some suggestions, go ahead and reach out to them directly. My-Musicalitea will make sure that we pin the web's link in a second. I don't really know how to do that, but I'm gonna figure it out in a second, how to pin the web link. But you can also, again, find My-Musicalitea tees featured at Noir Boutique, and that's NOIRE boutique.com, in the edible gift collection area. Mini chef at home, the chicken and waffles brunch basket. Again, you will not be disappointed. You absolutely love these teas, love this company, and you'll feel their passion coming through. So Brittani, again, many, many blessings. Thank you so much for spending some time with us on Saturday. We're going to let you get back to the little guy and send our regards.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Thank you. Right, take care.
Take it easy.
All right, so Noir Boutique family, you see, we are partnering with some absolutely amazing companies, some dope business owners that we are so excited to have the opportunity to partner with. These are some really cool products and collaborations. The holidays are coming up. Let me tell you, any business owner will tell you, shipping is upside down. You might order something and say priority 2-day shipping, and it can take a week or two. So you don't want to wait to place your orders for the holidays. Cool thing is all of our edible gift collaborations are currently 50% off on the website. So you have the opportunity to go and find or taste and share My-Musicalitea teas, the Truth Honey, and some of the other wonderful products that we feature there. So I really, really thank you all for spending this Saturday morning with us for Saturday Show and Tells with Noir Boutique. If you can't purchase, or even if you can purchase, do us a favor, share this video, put it on your Facebook, on your Instagram. Child, just have a viewing party. Do whatever you can to make sure that you are helping us spread awareness of these amazing Black-owned brands. And we love you all. Thank you so much, and have a blessed weekend.